So it would seem that I didn't actually pause the video. Apparently what I did was stop it somehow, even though I pressed the pause button. Anyway, I'll try and splice these two videos together. If I can't, we are demoulding items from the mouldy tombstone today, after we've already had a look at what we've made so far. So these particular moulds here, these 3 different moulds here, these are from the mouldy tombstone, and these ones here are flaming skull, as there's a matte surface on this part of the skull there. You can kind of see him there, and you get 2 moulds in each one, which is cool, because that way you can make 2 of the same, or you can put different colours or whatever you like, or you can keep one for you and give one to a friend if you'd like that. I like this mould particularly because of the matte surface and the skulls there. They're shiny, and I put bats in obviously, because who doesn't want bats in things. These tend to look a bit like they've got blood on the back of them, but actually it came out, I think, quite well, like fire on the front. I don't know, what do you think? Then we've got these little pin dollies. Now these pin dollies I did with a mica powder that glows in the dark. I also found out that this mould here is scented. How weird is that? It's like vanilla-y. It does say in the listing, and I completely missed that, but actually that's quite cool. So we're going to see if we can get one of these dice dollies to glow for you. There we go. Whoa, he's like a purpley. Now I actually did him 2 different colours, but it's less obvious to see there. Let's see if we get them both together, if they'll glow up a bit more. Glow up, grow up. There we go. You can kind of see him there, glowing. But yeah, this again also from a mouldy tombstone. I definitely recommend you check them out. Their links are in my previous videos. You can take a look at them. They're on Etsy. I think they have their own store as well. And I like these little axes, because although there's a lot of overspill on this one, this was a pour right at the very, very end yesterday, and I needed to get a bit of a move on, and I hadn't. That's fine, I can trim these though. And used 2 different types of glitters. Quite liking doing 2 different types of glitters. So we've got like a dark pink and a light pink, and then we've got this crazy purple. There are some bubbles on the back here. That's basically because I was trying to be quick, but wasn't quick enough with all my other things that I was making, and these were the last pour, so that's fine. I can trim those up, no problem. Let's have another look at what else we've got over here. So we've got Dagger, we've got some bookmarks, and this bookmark also glows in the dark, so let's see if we can actually get that going, and the Dagger as well. So Dagger, there we go, you can actually see that glowing, and the bookmark should as well, and the bookmark's got 2 different ones in. Oh yeah, there we go. So it's got like a greeny colour in it, as well as a bluey, and a little bit of this sort of swirled mica powder in there, just for funsies, and bats obviously, because I don't know, something about glow in the dark should have bats in it, right? And the bats are super shiny. Look how shiny they are. You see them? They're so twinkly. This has got a bit of overspill on the side. I wasn't being very careful with this, unfortunately, but I can clean that up. And I think when I was making this bookmark, I wasn't sure who I was going to make it for, but it's come out so cute. I think I'm going to keep it, because I do read, and sometimes I have a couple of books on the go at once, so I think actually I'm going to keep it myself. I don't know if you can glow in the dark thread to make the dangly bit, but we can certainly look into that. That's pretty cool. The Dagger, as always, it's a dagger, it glows in the dark. These I've been making into little key rings and using little tiny jump rings through here. They're pretty cute. I've made quite a few of them so far. The these little bookmarks, I've made a couple of these so far as well. You get quite a bit of overspill on these. It's quite difficult because they're so shallow and a little bit delicate, but I wanted the unicorn head to look a bit different from the rest of the twinkles that are in there. The overspill I can trim off fairly easy with a knife, not like a kitchen knife obviously, that would be crazy, but I can trim that off with a, I say X-Acto knife, I don't actually know what that is, I think that's an American thing, but like a pen knife, not a pen knife, I don't know what it's called. You get these little different blades and you can change all the little blades and stuff. The cat's tail on this one's got a bit chubby with the overspill. He's quite cute though still, I think. I can trim him up around the edges, and again I wanted the ears to be slightly different and the tail to be slightly different from the body. They're only meant to just sit over the top of your book. One part goes on the inside, one part goes on the outside. So, but they're quite cute. You know, we can give them as little gifts or sell them maybe. So I've got to stop saying it's starting to bug me now. We have, and I'm going to try and focus on this, we've got 2 sets of dice here. I've no idea what they're going to look like. This particular dice mould here, this is the newer one from the Druid dice, and this particular mould has 9 in it. It has 2 extra D20, it has 2 D20, sorry, and a crystal D4. This is our other dice mould. This is our standard dice mould. This is the one we've been using for a while. This has been replaced. This is the newer one, and this is from Craft and Game. Again, you can find them on Etsy. Yay! No voids. Very nice. Now, we're going to see if we can do a multiple berthing again, because that was nice and quick. Oop. And whilst the flashing is quite thick on this, again, get out. Whoa, okay, nice. Okay, there we go. The flashing is quite thick on this again, but it's easy enough to trim away on here, and actually a lot of the time you can just bend the thing and it comes off without damaging the dice or anything. So in here we've got, I went for kind of greeny colour, I don't know if you can really see that properly. It's swirly ink, swirly green ink inside here. You can see probably more in that D20 there. Yeah, they look pretty nice. And the mica that I use is like a 2-tone mica in there, which has got this sort of cream but also greeny colour to it. And I don't know, I just really like the colour. It's a cool colour. So I figured why not put it in some dice. And lots of other things that I made this week. We also have in here, I think I went for green in here as well. I think I went green and blue in here actually. So yes, I did. So it looks like we don't have any voids this time, which is good. We do have some overspill here, which is fine. We can get some of this off and then get these out. Now the little crystal D4 that's in here is super cute. You probably saw it in my other video, or if I've managed to tag it on the beginning of this one. Seen the little crystal D4 in there. But let's have a look and see what we got in here. Okay, so one of the D20s, that's very green. Wasn't planning on going quite that green, but that's okay. The 8 is more blue. Okay, they're quite interesting. So I did put white in here as well. Focus please, come on, there we go. So I was going for a kind of marine-y, but this D20 has got a lot of green in it. Maybe too much, I don't know. We shall see what they look like when they all come out, because there is another D20 in here. And this is our little crystal D4. These are so cute. And we have a cat that's decided to invade. So the crystal D4 here, the mica sank to the end like it normally does. But we've got some nice swirls going on there. And what else we got here? It's hard to tell which dice they are from just looking at the top of this. I'm not used to the layout. So the other D20, it's got a lot more blue in it. Maybe they all look like a nice set when they're all together. Not sure how I feel about them so far. I don't think they're a set that I'm going to want to keep, if I'm honest. At this point, sometimes I demold a set and I'm like, yes, definitely like those, really want to keep those. And sometimes, not so much. This has got some really nice colours going on in here. This has got the same green, actually, in it. But where it's mixed with the ink... Can you get out of the way, please, Cat? Where it's mixed with the ink, there's some sort of purples and stuff going on. It's hard to, there we go, look. They're really kind of interesting looking. Oop. There's the other 4. Oh wow, yeah, there's a big old blue swirl in that. That's pretty cool. It's like really defined in this one. That could be the white that did it. Focus, please, camera. Or not. Okay, well, you can kind of see it back there. I'll hold this up in just a second. Let's see what else we got here. So this is the other half of the D100. A little bit marble-like, actually. They remind me of marbles from when I was a child. That we had with the blue and the green, like a cat's eyes, I think they were called. They were quite swirly like this. Reminds me of that a bit. And the other dice, the last one out is the 12. A lot of green in this one again, and there's a blob of mica that's not like on one side. So we're trying to keep the mica areas in the dice to just one side of the dice, just to give them a bit of a different look. So let me carefully pick these up. There we go. So that's the whole lot. You can see that super green D20 then. That's very green, but actually maybe it's going to look pretty cool with the rest of the set. These have a gothic dice, a gothic font on the dice faces, is what I was trying to say. So I don't know how that's going to look, and of course when I'm making these I don't consider what colour I'm going to ink them as I'm making them. I just go, oh yeah, that'd be really cool, and then I do some really cool stuff and then go, oh my gosh, what on earth am I going to ink them in? So yeah, there's a good question actually. I feel like a light colour is going to be really lost because they're pretty see-through. I love this. This is gorgeous. This you can see the swirls and kind of coming up from the bottom, very sea-like. I feel like they're definitely an ocean-based set, a water tensai, or I don't know, any other water-based character, pretty much. So there we go. We have these as well. So if you've got some suggestions, or actually what I've started also doing is naming the sets. So I guess it depends what they look like once they've been inked as well, such as I did with these. I felt differently about them once I'd inked them up. So these are called Autumn Champagne. These ones ended up being called Firefly, with the little gold flakes in the middle. And these, I think I said, were called Gothic Moonlight, partly because of the numbering being a Gothic style, but also with the colours, I felt that that was quite sort of gothy like. So if you have some suggestions for these from an inking perspective, most certainly, black is definitely a cop-out. I know it'll show up, but it's a bit of a cop-out, you know. These, here we go, if I can get them up to the camera, they are quite pale in some areas and not too green in others. So yeah, inking suggestions for those would be great, and these as well. The blue and green set, which I definitely feel are ocean based. So if you have suggestions for inking, and indeed suggestions perhaps for what I could name them, and then when I put them up on my Twitter page, I can tag them with the names, and that would be great if you have any suggestions. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave me a like. It's really good to know who's watching and that people are appreciating what I'm doing. And you can always follow, and if you hit the bell, that'll tell you when I upload new ramblings and hopefully new interesting sets of dice that we are unveiling. I'm going to do some sets with my son as well soon, hopefully. So it'll be interesting to see what he makes. I don't think I will be demoulding his as much as I'd like to. But there we go. I might have to wait a while for his to be demoulded. But in any case, so we should have some new interesting stuff coming for you soon. So yeah, feel free to give me a like, follow along, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.